Do I belong to the 20th or 21st century? What's the difference? Twenty-first century education is an upgraded learning for millennials to adapt a well-developing era. It contains a collaboration of the current education system and information technology. A 21st century education is about giving students the skills they need to succeed in this new world and helping them grow the confidence to practice those skills. With so much information readily available to them, 21st century skills focus more on making sense of that information, sharing and using it in smart ways. So we will discuss the features of 21st century teaching. First, student-centered. Teachers act as facilitators, coaching students as they work on authentic projects. Students are allowed to make choices of their preferred learning style in order to motivate them in gaining knowledge. Second, integration of technology in the classroom. Teachers of students regularly use technology to find information, network, communicate with each other and experts, and to produce and present their projects, assignments, and performances. 21st century education gives opportunity to students to experience the hands-on learning styles via new technologies since it is developing well currently. Technology must be used strategically to benefit students. Third, performance-based assessments. Teachers utilize projects as well as other products and performance as assessments to determine student achievement and needs. Assessments are tailored to the talents, needs of the student. Students need to conduct their research by themselves with teachers' help. Students are able to develop their own question and solving during carrying out this research using advanced devices. Fourth, engaging the 21st century student. Teachers consider how to utilize the unique characteristics of the 21st century brain and the habits of the 21st century digital native to provide engaging and effective instruction. 21st century teaching will be absolutely paperless. Gadgets will be used for learning session. Teachers let the students share links from websites among them so that understanding will be broader. Fifth, interdisciplinary. Teachers have students complete projects that are designed to use information and skills that cut across other subject areas. Some projects and assignments may be done collaboratively between two or more classes. Teachers take part in co- and team teaching as well as working collaboratively with department members to improve learning for students. Using a variety of information to complete authentic projects. Teachers devise projects that help students learn information and skills through using them in situations similar to the way they would in real life. Teachers set up student assignments, projects, and performances to allow students to operate the way a person would working in the field in the real world, as a scientist, writer, mathematician, or etc. And now, let's tackle the features of 21st century learning. So, what should be the characteristics of this era to outshine other bright students? Knowledge-oriented. This is the most basic and important aspect of learning. Whatever you learn, it must be for the sake of enhancing knowledge. Therefore, learn for the sake of enriching and acquiring knowledge. Second, global citizens. Social media usage and access to the web has made students more aware of their place in a diverse world. They are involved in conversations and issues that need to be tackled on a global scale. For example, health concerns, environmental protection, and economic growth. Encouraging this mindset across all subjects will help prepare students for the rapidly globalizing economy and the growing need for worldwide collaboration. The ultimate aim is to create internationally minded citizens who are considerate of other cultures, nations, and lifestyles. Effectively collaborating with a variety of people from different backgrounds will help our communities to thrive. Third, Thinking creatively. Students need to be supported in their ability to develop creative solutions to everyday problems and engage with artistic tools at their fingertips. In the typical classroom, this means moving past techniques of rote learning and rule following instead of looking towards discovery, analysis, and innovation. Thinking outside the box is something that this generation is uniquely well positioned to do. We need to help them grab the opportunity with both hands. New age of digital flexibility is putting big thinking and creativity at the forefront. Fourth, thinking critically. Students need to have the ability to make connections between arguments and knowledge sources. Interpreting this information and drawing intelligent conclusions will allow them to reflect critically on processes and create better experiences. Young people need the ability to think critically about what they are reading and decide how and why they agree or disagree. Developing an environment where students are required to analyze and think deeply about sources, explain opinions, and relate them to other works will equip them for the information age. Fifth, communicates and collaborates with others. Students' access to social media and other communication platforms have primed them to engage with people of different opinions, expectations, and cultures. Pupils need to learn to respect each other's differences and use their different personalities to collectively solve problems and create original ideas. Using apps and devices which encourage collaborative work can help to engage these traits in students and make your classroom a more cooperative place. Sixth, digital literacy. The next generation needs to be equipped with the skills to navigate the digital world, learn about the tech trends to make learning a fun activity. Learning to use it properly and appropriately should be instilled in this new era. Incorporating technology into the classroom and encouraging the development of skills such as coding and data analysis can help students to really get a grip of the devices they will need to expertly wield in the future. Let's move forward to our next topic, the critical attributes of 21st century education. So we have these 6 critical attributes. We have the integrated and interdisciplinary, technologies and multimedia, student-centered, project-based and research-driven, adapting to and creating personal social change and lifelong learning, relevant, rigorous, and real-world, 21st century skills, and global classrooms. So what is it that you need to know? Integrated and interdisciplinary. Education in the 21st century is characterized by effective linkages among various subjects or disciplines to enhance students' learning experience. This critical attribute implies that teachers need to review the school curriculum and identify strategies or ways on how different subjects can be effectively linked to enhance the learning experiences of students. Second, technologies and multimedia. This involves the full use of available information and communication technology or ICT as well as multimedia to improve teaching and learning activities. The ability to find, evaluate, utilize, and create information using technologies and multimedia or digital technology in general is referred to as digital literacy. This critical attribute implies that schools will need to acquire and use computers and various multimedia equipment to enhance learning to the best extent possible. Training is also needed for teacher users as part of a bigger technology plan. Third, global classrooms. Education in the 21st century aims to produce global citizens by exposing students to the concerns of the region and other countries. They are encouraged to react and respond to issues as part of their roles as global citizens. This critical attribute implies that teachers need to include current global issues, concerns such as peace and respect for cultural diversity, climate change, and global warming in classroom discussions. Fourth, creating, adapting to constant personal and social change and lifelong learning. In the 21st century, learning does not only happen inside the school and during one's schooling years, and it can take place anywhere, anytime, regardless of one's age. Learning should take place not only for the purpose of passing exams but also for transferring knowledge to real-life situations. The curriculum should be planned in such a way that the students will continue to learn even outside the school's portals. Fifth, student-centered. Education in the 21st century is focused on students as learners. The teachers simply act as a facilitator of learning, not as sages on the stage but as guides on the side. This critical attribute implies that learners should be given opportunities to discover new knowledge, learn with one another, and create their own learnings. As a teacher, you can structure a learning environment that addresses the variety of learning styles, interests, needs, and abilities found in your classroom. Sixth, 21st century skills. Education in the 21st century promotes skills needed to be productive members of today's society, such as creative thinking skills, problem solving and decision making, and ICT literacy and skills. Education in the 21st century promotes the skills needed to be productive members of today's society. As a teacher, you are expected to possess these 21st century skills before you can help your students develop these skills. Seventh, project-based and research-driven. Education in the 21st century education emphasizes data, information, and evidence-based decision-making. Thus, teachers of the 21st century need to be knowledgeable about research to guide their students' learning through self-directed activities, such as learning projects within and outside their classrooms. This implies that teachers of the 21st century need to be knowledgeable about research to guide their students' learning through self-directed activities, such as learning projects with and outside the classrooms. 8th, relevant, rigorous, and real-world. Education in the 21st century is rooted in real-life day-to-day activities of learners. Thus, teachers should teach topics using current and relevant information. Critical attribute implies that topics are taught using current and relevant information and linked to real-life situations and context. As a 21st century teacher, you need to be updated on the current trends, developments, and issues in your school, community, and in the world. These are all for my topic: features of 21st century teaching and learning and critical attributes of 21st century education. I hope you learned something!